Richard Carter!
Yay.
You're so ridiculously talented. Gone viral, obviously, with Monde, an absolute masterpiece. We've all heard it. Going viral on TikTok's one thing, but then I guess hearing it in a cinema is a whole different feeling.
And then that film goes to be the biggest horror film.
Do you remember the moment that you found out it went viral? Where were you?
It was in LA.
Oh, what a slave musician answer. You made 3% royalties.
Maybe, yeah. And it was like, oh, the film's coming out next week.
Oh my god. So went on to work at Apple. What was the moment that you realised I need to just focus on music now?
What are you gonna do? Like, tell me not to chase my dreams? Really about
You used the same microphone speaker that he used for Thriller.
pay attention to the small details. And
How would you have known a song is finished? You're such a perfectionist.
That's
That
why I
shows
did
like your consideration as well, the listener.
I want it to sound good on the worst thing possible, and then I'm like, I'm happy. Any age group, hella like young people, you get hella old people, and they're like, I know I'm not your target audience, but I really love paid. I'm like, yeah, come through, come to the show. Audience participation is important because I'm not gonna go on stage and try and just be cool, play music, and then be like, peace out. I'm here to perform for you, give you an experience, a world to live in for a bit.
Jordan Stevens posted you on his story. I actually wanted to read out what he wrote.
Right, if you get to the point where you're like, I know everything, you're good. There's a version that people have been waiting for a long time, and I still get asked about it like every other day.
Been recorded?
I'd say, yeah.
Oh my god!
Like, I'm not gonna say too much. I don't want people to get
Honestly,
crazy.
he was so intricate with it. That's what I would define as a true musician, honestly. Hi everyone, welcome back to Been There Done Chat. I'm Garima Oja and my podcast is all about life experiences and thought-provoking discussions. Today we have got Richard Carter! Yay!
Yay!
Welcome to the poddy.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm welcome. I feel very welcome.
Amazing. Would you like to introduce yourself to everyone?
Hi, I'm Richard Carter. I'm a producer artist from South Norwood, and I make alternative hip hop. It's like dotted around so many different things. If you go and listen to it, you can probably figure out an artist that you like that it probably sounds like.
Slay. I was going to say we met, I can't remember what month it was actually, but we both worked together for the New Year's Day parade, and we were representing Urban Synergy, big up.
Yeah.
And you actually did the music for the parade.
Yeah.
And then you won an award for it as well.
Oh, yes. I got we won that parade, actually.
We did, yeah.
Yeah.
High five for that, actually.
Yeah, high five.
We slayed.
That was funny.
I didn't really do much. I was just yapping to people, but you actually, did the work.
I made some music for it.
real.
Like, I got a bunch of different tracks, and I made Afro beats, like remixes of all of them, and then
No, it was sick.
yeah,
It was
it's
so
really.
good.
I'm really happy that they were able to like perform and dance
Yeah.
and stuff. And
Even with the rain and stuff.
yeah, there was
Crazy.
rain but yeah, people like the
yeah.
music, and that's important.
But I met you afterwards, and honestly, you were probably one of the easiest people to speak to, extremely friendly, really warm, really grounded and down to earth. So I just wanted to say thank you for that. I
That's
think
all
especially because everything with you, like you've gone viral, obviously, with so many songs like with Monde and everything like that. The fact that you've still stayed so grounded and warm, it's nice to see.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't have really control over when and if that happens. So I just continue doing something else,
Yeah.
make something else, put out a bunch of stuff, do it 10 times. One time it will probably stick, and yeah, just continue doing stuff, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that. You mentioned that you grew up in South Norwood.
Yeah.
So that's South London. What was that like growing up?
Yeah, I went to school in Harris Crystal Palace, and grew up in South Norwood, so I used to always walk to school. It's like South Norwood's not like a mad like city centre vibe. We got like a couple corner shops and lovely Sainsbury's, and that's about it. But like I would spend most of my time like outside. I would go to the park. But then if I'm not outside, I'm inside playing games, watching anime, like just hanging out with friends. And then like, yeah, that was mainly kind of my whole childhood, was just like seeing people that I loved, and that's really important. Yeah.
Amazing. I mean, I just wanted to go back to when you were 2 years old.
Yeah.
And there was that really lovely story about that piano that was left in the rain and your parents brought it in, and that was kind of like your gateway to music.
Yeah. It was like, there was neighbors, yeah, very close by, like a door down, and they were getting rid of the upright piano in their house. And first of all, we were like, okay, we're going to wheel it to our house and then put it around the side of the house. And I used to kind of just play it, and it was outside, and it was like outside. And then we used to cover it like every day or every other day. So I'd come and like put a sheet or something on it. I don't know if it really helped, but then like it would be kind of rainy because it's like London. And then we ended up getting like some professionals to actually like take it apart, bring it inside, put it back together type stuff. Am I allowed to swear? No.
Yeah,
no.
you can.
Okay,
I knew you were going to say type shit.
Type shit. I was like, type stuff. This was occurring during that time. And yeah, they brought it in. And then, I started playing EastEnders on it.
I saw that on Wesley Winter's video.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Started playing Mario on it. Started playing, the...
Mario?
I actually
I've
went...
on the piano before.
When I was applying for secondary schools, I applied to Whitgift and like Trinity, like those like crazy private schools. And I went in to play piano for them and they were like, okay, right, play some piano. And I never did grades. I just learned stuff that I thought was fun. So I go in there, I start playing like Mario on the piano.
So funny.
And it's like, I've made this like classical version of Mario. And they're like, oh, what was that one? And I was like, it's Mario. And it was like,
do you not know?
Clearly we don't play enough Mario. I didn't get into that school. They didn't give a monkeys about that.
Well, they missed out.
Yeah, little rats.
Days.
I played Mario, Sonic, a bit of like Naruto. And I was like,
and everyone else was like Beethoven.
yeah, literally. What grade was that? Oh, this was a grade 7 piece actually. Like, what grade was that? I don't know, season 6. Like, it came out, it was the opening to season 6.
And then you with Mario.
Yeah.
But isn't that crazy though? It's such a like butterfly effect, because if your neighbours hadn't have tried to get rid of that piano or got that piano in the first place, maybe you potentially would have been not doing music or something. That was crazy the way that I worded that sentence.
Yeah.
Crazy that you would have not been doing music.
I think, I don't know, I would have ended up doing music very differently maybe.
Because you said it was always your duty to create.
Yeah.
So that's my question. It was kind of like, do you think that had the piano situation not have occurred, then would you still have been making music, but maybe a different pathway? Because you eventually would have got there anyway.
I don't know if I would have got... I don't know if I'd be able to have fallen in love with playing piano pieces. It may have happened anyway, but I may have delved more into singing probably. Because it was really my mum who was the person who was very musical, like as in like outwardly musical. My dad was very inwardly musical, as in like an appreciator, collector of vinyls and stuff like that. But then my mum would want to sing and put out. So like she wasn't able to do that because of like strict family household being like, oh, you're singing, go do something real. And then like, I guess living vicariously through me, my mum would have always supported kind of whatever version it was. I was also in Stagecoach.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was like when I was like 5 to 8 or something, because I was really quiet when I was small. And that can be probably due to a lot of different random things, but I was a quiet kid and then went to Stagecoach and then did some acting, some singing, some dancing, and then came out of my shell a little bit more. Yeah.
Amazing. What you said that your dad was inwardly musical and your mum was outwardly. What were their kind of idols or whatever growing up? Like, what kind of music were you brought up on? Influences?
So my dad's got like ELO, like Electric Light Orchestra, the Beatles, like Beatles. Bob Marley, the guy who made Tubular Bells. That's like I swear it's like 30 minutes and it's just that, but he's got it on vinyl.
Slay.
Like who's the guy? What is his name? Phil Spector, who also like orchestrated the be my little baby, like all that stuff, like the Ronettes and that kind of like Motown-y stuff. And that's almost like the crossover between my mum and my dad, like the kind of like more like swingy, slightly jazzy stuff. And then mum will dip into more of the like soul and like very like deep voice love song stuff, where it's like Teddy Pendergrass and like Luther Vandross and that kind of area. Who's the guy with the like deep voice? He's like quite round, Barry White. Yeah, that kind of vibe, and just kind of like showing me those songs growing up. They almost feel like so normal to me. Like I'm like, oh, I know of the songs that I could literally sample now people don't know about, but I could make them new again in a way. So that's always useful to have. And yeah, then there's like the rest of the family fills in like the hip hop. It's like my auntie and uncles, like Uncle Victor, Auntie Gemini. I grew up with them a lot, like, and they were massive hip hop heads.
Yeah.
They were like, also shared like music tastes with my dad, but then it was like, yeah, that's where like Eminem and like 50 Cent and like Nas, Biggie, that's where I got all of that from, because I'd be like chilling at their place, you know?
Yeah. Amazing. Yeah. And you mentioned as well how your mum and dad have always been so supportive of your music.
Yeah, I think it comes from like being like smart in school. Like your parents will trust what you say more.
Yes, that's so true.
Because like I was the first one to go to uni in a way, and it's like, oh, he must be really smart. So whatever he's thinking of doing, his plans, as long as I can like say what I'm doing and articulate it well, they're like, all right, cool, shit, go do it. That nice.
Because
like,
you got the good grades in school.
Then it's like you're trusted more.
Yeah.
It's like they don't feel like they have to like pull you to make you do stuff, and then like almost I guess some people feel like controlled. You know, I didn't feel that, because like I can make my own mind up. I'm gonna get the grades anyway.
Yeah.
That's what you're proud of most of the time, especially when it's like first kid in uni. It's like, as long as you do it, you did it. Good job. Study biomedical engineering. Good. Okay, I'm gonna go do music. Thanks. Like.
Yeah, no, I hear it. Because I think as well, you also had that work ethic as well. So in the sense of like whatever you ended up choosing, you would thrive in that anyway because of your work ethic as well.
Yeah, because you got to do like everything the way you do anything in a way. So like if I'm going to do something, if I don't do it well, I'm not going to do music well. Like even like with washing up or anything, like do it properly, and then it works into anything else really. Yeah.
No, love that. You mentioned that you did biomedical engineering at uni, Queen Mary, pick up. What made you choose that?
I applied for medicine in like all the cool unis, and they all said no. So then I called Queen Mary and I was like, what can I do? And they were like, you can do chemical something, or you can do biomedical engineering. I was like, is there like maths in it? And I was like, yeah, okay, I'll do that. I'll do the biomedical engineering.
Because you like maths?
Yeah.
Yeah, we bonded over that on the train. Love a bit of algebra.
Yeah, a bit of algebras, A, B, C, D, E, F. I love that. That's great.
Not the proofs though.
You know, I've erased that from my mind.
No, because traumatic.
Yeah, I know it's erased. When you said it, it was like triggering a memory.
Yeah.
It was like,
to me, it was just triggering me in general.
leave me alone. Like, yeah, that's how it felt. Like, no.
Horror.
No idea what a proof is now. Couldn't tell you. I
Like
know
it's there. Why do I need to prove it? It's right there. That's what I don't get.
Yeah, that was it. They used to get us to prove things using like, I swear it was an E something. There was like,
I feel sick.
Proving, and it's always like, I was already annoyed when it was like, show you're working out. You know. I'll get the answer. I can do it real quick.
Do you know what I mean?
Show all your working out.
And it was different in uni because if you didn't show your working out, you just didn't get all the marks. Even if you had the right answer. Crazy. But anyway, you then afterwards went on to work at Apple, which is insane. Like such a incredible place that so many people want to work at. What were you doing there first of all?
I started off as a specialist. So the specialist role is like, you sell phones. Sorry, you sell things. You're not exactly, you're not hired to sell, more so to find solutions. So we like to talk to people and then make sure we know what they want. Figure out what they want. No upselling. No. People will come in asking for the biggest, craziest, shiniest phone. I'll make sure that they actually need it and not spend all that money. And then like from being a specialist, then I was inspired to take on the creative role. And creatives at Apple, we're like the people that, if you've seen it on the big screens, when it's like showing them how to draw, how to make music, how to, edit videos, and just like anything creative really that Apple has an app for. We were teaching people to do that, and that was really fun. I was at Apple for 3 years, and yeah, I met a lot of lovely people there. Notably my manager Lee, that was at the Bromley store. He was the guy. Yeah.
Still in contact now?
Oh yeah, I messaged him very rarely.
Yeah.
I tried to get him to be in the Magic music video.
Oh really?
But he didn't get back to me, you rat. he didn't get back to me. And I would have loved him to be in a music video, but I am holding that role of a game show presenter for him because he said he wanted to be a game show
Oh, that's
presenter.
amazing.
So anytime there's
That's
a
like the
game show
dream.
presenter, I will get him to be the game show presenter.
Amazing. Love that. What was the moment that you realised after the 3 years where you were like, I need to just focus on music now?
It was after Le Monde, and then I was like, okay, this could possibly make me enough money to survive whilst giving me more time to make music and more like flexibility around, because sometimes there's events, sometimes there's songwriting camps, and it's hard to book work off so short notice sometimes when things happen like that. And Apple was very nice in like understanding circumstances most of the time. If I'm like, I have to go somewhere in 2 weeks, and they'd be like, oh, we'll figure it out, like, because what are you gonna do? Like, tell me not to chase my dreams. They were really about like, your outside life, your passions are very important, because if you don't have them, you're going to come into work sad and looking down and stuff. So
Love that.
yeah, the moment I kind of figured out was like, okay, I could survive. And yeah, I was sometimes late and like, because I would often get shifts around school time, leaving, and then maybe the bus would just be completely full and then it would skip me. And I don't know, like turning up on time when you're like, I don't know, I'm not diagnosed, but ADHD vibes, where like you're turning up right on time and that bus goes and I'm like, oh. And like, yeah, trying to like slowly getting onto me for that. And then I started coming in early, but then I was like, I started building this kind of like anxiety in the workspace where like it was just like maybe someone made me feel uncomfortable, and I still love Apple, but like I was just not excited to work with someone who wasn't there for the human aspect and the like. If we're both here because we want to get paid, we wouldn't be here if we weren't going to be paid. We need to make each other's lives easy. Someone else wasn't doing that. And I remember turning to the managers I like and being like, yeah, I am going to leave. Yeah. Not because of that person, but that was like confirming that, yeah, I'm going to put in my notice now. Like, yeah. And then, yeah, decided to leave.
So you didn't have like the music game plan there? That was just solely like a...
It was just like, I can, the Monde will make me enough money to replace Apple. And then, actually, this isn't nice. This moment in time, wasn't feeling it. And I was like, okay, I am actually going to go, like, yeah. And just decided to do it full time.
And then what did your parents say? Obviously, they're probably really supportive.
Yeah, whatever you're doing, you're doing.
Yeah, slow.
If I'm like struggling, shivering on my bedroom floor, like that's a whole different story, but I would never do that to myself.
Amazing. And you mentioned Le Monde, like an absolute masterpiece, like genuinely a masterpiece. We've all heard it on TikTok, like it's gone viral. You made that track in your bedroom.
Yeah.
And then it ended up going viral on TikTok. And then obviously it was playing in cinemas as well, in the cinema. Do you remember the moment that you found out it went viral? Like, where were you?
I was in LA.
Oh, what a slay musician answer. It's such a music. I love it. I was just like chilling in LA.
I was flying to a songwriting camp and I was excited for that, but then I was like, someone sent me a video of like someone who did like an anime edit of it and it had like 300k likes, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. I'm really happy for them. And then I started seeing loads of videos and I was like, some people have millions of likes, and I was like, shit, damn, you guys are eating, like, good job. And then it just went insane. When I was in like another country, it wasn't like my comfort space, and I was in a songwriting camp, so I was expected to be in the studio and writing and concentrating. My phone's like going, every time you reload any of the screens, it's just like all the notifications are new. And then I didn't feel comfortable to like make content around it because I wasn't used to the area and the space, and I was so busy. I stayed there for an extra week just to like finish up some songs we were doing, because we were working on like a different version of Le Monde that is maybe coming out soon. Yeah. Ooh. This is I haven't spoken about it before.
Exclusive.
But there's a version that people have been waiting for for a long time, and I still get asked about it like every other day in comments of random videos.
Damn.
And that version is, yeah,
Has it been
I would
recorded?
say, yeah.
Oh my god.
Like first quarter next year.
2026.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
This when it's like slated for release, but I'm not gonna say too much.
Yeah, yeah,
So I
yeah.
don't want people to get crazy
Oh,
about
that's so
that.
exciting.
Yeah.
It was obviously also played as part of A24's Talk to
Talk to
Me.
me, yeah.
Obviously, I mean, going viral on TikTok's one thing, but then I guess hearing it in a screen in a cinema is probably a whole different feeling.
And then that film goes to be like their biggest grossing
Yeah.
horror film that they've made before. And that was cool. Like I went to the cinema and watched it as well.
Yeah, how did that feel?
So funny because I was like, I mixed and mastered this in my bedroom.
For real.
I'm not like a Abbey Road engineer, but yet they're playing it on cinema speakers and people are all sitting here watching it. I remember like listening to it and I like tapped the guy next to me and I was like, yeah, I made this.
Yeah. What did he
was
say?
like, oh, really? Oh, okay.
He didn't believe you.
Probably thought I was crazy or something, but we stayed afterwards and there's a video of like me and Steph like looking for my name in the credits and like
Oh.
and then yeah, that was really fun. And it made me kind of believe in the fact that I could also engineer as well, and I would like to engineer for other people, and I did it the way that I liked it, and people listen to it when they go to bed.
Yeah.
People listen to it when they're doing anything. I have get people come up to me and they're saying like, "Oh, I listen to this every day on the way to work."
Wow.
And it's interesting because for me, I spent a long time listening to it, but then I was like, okay, I'll put this on YouTube, and I just put it on YouTube, and it meant nothing at the time.
Really?
Like it just sat on my hard drive. I made it in 2017.
Oh, that was back in the day as well. And it went viral 2023, I think.
Yeah.
2024. Yeah.
I was just learning to produce, and I was chopping up like some instrumentals, and I wanted to try something. The song was all based on exactly what happened when it came out as well. It was actually a song, like it was about blowing up, then a horror. Like the beat was all originally called claustrophobe.
Right.
Like as in like being closed, you know what claustrophobia is?
Yeah.
But like French version of like that word. I didn't know what it actually was in French, so I just wrote claustrophobe. I don't know if that's French.
Claustrophobic.
Yeah. And then the third bit was losing a friend that wasn't really a friend. And that did happen as well. And that was sad. Not in like a way of losing as in like someone passes away, but like someone turned out not to actually be my friend, and that happened as well.
Yeah. Damn. I was gonna say, you mentioned that you wrote that in 2017, so that was back in your uni days.
Yeah. The procrastination days.
So when was the first time you actually started to make music? Obviously you had a passion for it, you played the piano, that kind of thing. When did you actually start that?
Maybe like post 16. Like my friend released an EP, Dammy, like Dams D, that's his like artist name. Like he released his EP, and I was just like a cheeky little 15-year-old, and I was like, I'm gonna make a diss track, and I dropped a diss track, and then it was like very like Eminem horrorcore kind of thing, and then he dropped one back and it had 2 beats on it. I think his was way better, to be honest, but then I was so like burnt. I was like, and then this guy at uni called, I'm not even going to say his name, he doesn't deserve to put his name forward, but he was like, you lost, trying to like stir it up and shit. And I was like so pissed. And I remember like calling one of my friends at the time, her name was Beth, and I'm like on my bathroom floor, like, I'm going to learn how to produce, I'm going to make the sickest beat ever, and then that's going to be it, So I downloaded FL Studio and I started making a beat, I started writing, and then Dammy, he came into science class, and then like we were just talking, and he'd given me Mortal Kombat on PS4, and I was like, oh, well, why are you giving it to me? And then he was like something like, oh, I've already played it and like I don't need it anymore. And then he gave it to me, and I was like, why am I making a diss track? like why are we doing this? Because Dammy's jokes, like I love Dammy, like we haven't really spoken for a long time, but yeah, he's still doing music and I'm still doing music, and his music's still cool, and yeah, we used to We used to have a good banter, but that was like the origin of producing Revenge. And then I was like, all right, I'll go make my own music. But then I still had like that angsty side inside of me, so I dropped the first song, which was Where We Go,
Yeah.
which is very like dark. And then I dropped Blow Up, and then I became more so like lo-fi, jazzy rap. And then like, yeah, that was me kind of finding that pocket from like Kendrick and J. Cole and
Yeah.
like, yeah, Nas and Biggie and Tupac and stuff like that.
Amazing. I mean, I heard as well that you made 3% royalties from Le Monde. Is that a thing?
Maybe, yeah. Yeah.
3%.
I think the thing is, when you're very independent and you're very rushed, you may not understand that you have room to negotiate as much as you may have. And I didn't have support at the time, and that's kind of how
You didn't
it,
have
like,
management at the time.
no management, no lawyer, nothing really. And it was like, oh, the film's coming out next week.
Oh my God.
I can't really go into details too much, numbers wise, of anything. But yeah, I think that could have gone a lot better. I still have a good relationship with A24. I love Gabby from A24. She knows who she is if she hears it. And yeah, we just move forward and take the L. And then, because it was almost like you get put on stage in front of millions, but you're naked. That's how it felt.
Yeah.
Like, almost given. That's why I made Paid.
I was going to say that was my next question.
Yeah.
You channeled that all into Paid, which is honestly my favorite song.
Yeah, I was just put out in front of everyone with no resources. It was like a bit disheartening at the time. It was very stressful. Like my free time, because I, working at Apple and everything, Le Monde comes, my free time went from here to like here. Like it was like minus, and then like I kind of almost just became numb because I didn't have time or space to feel emotions in a way, especially like in a relationship, because you need space to feel love. You need like time to open up as a flower, but I felt like budded for a while because I was just so closed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you got management now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
George is cool.
Big up George.
We love George.
I was going to say Paid is probably... No, it is my favourite song of yours. When you're singing that, does it still bring back memories?
For me, Paid, when I'm singing it, it feels really cool. Like, it's more so like also, yeah, the memory of being in LA, because the lyrics, like the first verse, it's like talking about, I can't control gravity. My girlfriend got mad at me.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the phone. I was dealing with insanity. Said I'm low, no, fine, no, naturally. Like, it's talking about this moment in LA where I hadn't got the funding yet from PRS because I was going to get international funding, and I didn't know that it was going to take a hot second to come to me. So like funding from youth music for a project that I was working on that just went absolutely out the window because of Le Monde, but they still supported me. And then funding from PRS to get me into LA for a songwriting camp. Those are the only things holding me afloat at the time because I wasn't getting anything. And basically all opportunities to do with sync were just kind of just like binned because of like certain people that didn't want to sign off on things.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wasn't making as much money as I thought I was going to make. So I remember one time I called my girlfriend. I was like, can I borrow like £2,000? And I was like, next month they're going to give me the 2,000. I'll just swap it back with you. I kind of need it right now to pay for the stuff that I'm doing.
Yeah.
And then she was a bit annoyed because, like, I mean, why wouldn't you be annoyed, I guess? Like, but yeah, that's that time. And then, yeah, I remember that, and it's just a funny time. And the whole rest of the song is just kind of just reflective of those couple months during August, September, October, November, 2023. Yeah.
Do you know what's nice though, in a way where it's like you went through that really horrible, rough period where you felt like you weren't being acknowledged for your talent. Obviously, it's like that was 100% you, and I think you've made something so beautiful out of it, which is Paid.
Yeah, that's what most of my music is like. I just talk about periods of time, and it could be really deep, but I just make it sound really cool.
Yeah.
That's like, I'm sure that's most music, but like, yeah, always like say something important either to me or something that I feel like is important to say to everyone, or even to put into manifestation through music
Yeah.
and make it sound cool. Yeah.
Amazing. I mean, you briefly touched on it earlier, but on the way here, we were basically talking about the genre of your music, and
Yeah.
it's like a blend of hip hop, jazz, orchestral, a bit of funk and punk, and all of that. How did you actually find your sound?
I just listen to a lot of stuff. Like I go and when I become a super fan of something I hear now, I go and figure out, okay, who maybe is featured on this album, what's their relationship, get that person noted down as well. So we'll use Kanye for instance, on like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. When I heard Bon Iver in like Monster, I take note of both these people, and then okay, who influences Kanye? Go down the ladder. He was taught by a guy called No ID. Cool, go listen to all his production because he taught him to produce. And I go down the spider web of their inspirations till I kind of reach. I usually go 2 stages down. So this person, oh, they're so cool. Who do they like, and who did this person like? And then I'll just go through this. I used to make like playlists, which would just be, it could be like 20 albums, and I'll just play it on shuffle and listen through all sorts of random music. Anytime I would pick an artist, I put all of their albums into the playlist, and then get someone else put all their albums in a playlist, and then I'll call this like this would be like the Kanye playlist, as in it's not his music, it's everyone that he's inspired by, and I'll just shuffle it, and I just be like, oh, I hope something comes up that I like as well, or I have to just sit through it and just like try and understand what was good, and also listening to artists that I may not have like listened to in the first place, but they did really well. You've got stadiums sold out. I need to understand what it is that you did that made them fill up the stadium. Like bands like Kiss, like I never listened to Kiss, but then I was like looking at footage and I was like, okay, this band filled up an entire stadium. So how did you do that? And then I go and listen to the music and I take something from it. That's it. I just kind of see, it's like to tune myself to greatness, like to understand what makes something great. So anything that's great, the greatest music, the greatest art, the greatest films, the greatest photography, the greatest food, like the more greatness that I can understand, the more I can kind of translate that into my music, you know?
I love that. So you actually put in so much time and effort with that. Because
Yeah.
listening to so many different albums, shuffling it and listening to each bit each way through, that must have taken so much time.
Yeah, I do it passively a lot of the time, just traveling and stuff, and then just, yeah, anything great. You could tell me your greatest, I don't know, the greatest patterns that anyone's made. And if you can try and help me understand why it's great, then I can take something from it and
That's so
implicate it.
interesting. Like how your brain works. I love that. I'm really interested in your craft because you'd probably call yourself a perfectionist as well. Like you've spent so many, like endless hours tweaking little bits in different songs that most people wouldn't even notice. Would you say you're more of a perfectionist maybe in the emotional sense or the technical sense when it comes to sound engineering?
Technical. Like, I'll always like give my performance when recording and performing, like to an emotional degree as much as I can. I may not get everything right. I may not get all the words right when I'm doing a show, but like emotionally, I will deliver everything that I need to. When it comes down to like studio and then I'm like mixing as well, because I'll usually mix my tracks to 80% completion nowadays. And then I send it to someone else to finish the 20% because if I don't, I'll end up, as in you said, perfectionism.
Yeah.
I'll mix it all day, go to sleep, wake up, mix it all day, go to sleep, wake up. I just try and get it to the point where the emotion is clear, the vision is clear, I can explain it and it's easy to follow, and someone else can like carry out the end result. But I'll do 80% of it
Okay.
And that's kind of where I get to now. Because before, with like the first song I ever did, that took too long, and it just takes too long, and you don't end up, you get a bit tired of it, and
time
not a
is
fan
money.
of that. Yeah, time is money.
I was going to say, because before you have this system where you do the 80%, I was going to ask, how would you have known a song is finished if you're such a Virgo perfectionist?
Oh, I'll get a notebook and I play the song, I close my laptop, and I'll do two different things.
Yeah.
As it's going, my first thing that I'll do is I'll write out the different things that I feel when I'm hearing different parts. And then I'll try and bullet point what things are doing that. Like, as in, like, if this part is making me feel shocked or something, what instrument is doing that? Is it the crash cymbal? Okay, let me see how I can make that shock more. And then if it's happy, it's like, okay, what's making me feel happy? What's making me feel sad, etc. Once I like dial those things in, maximize whatever they're doing in whatever way I can. It could be effects. It could just be like turning it up or down. Cool, that's good. Then the last stage is I listen to it and then I bullet point as I'm listening through without touching anything or seeing any meters or stuff like that. I'll bullet point things I think I need to change. Listen all the way through, bullet point as I go. And then I'll change those things and then move on to another list. I press play, listen, bullet point if I hear anything I need to change. Then change them, do it again until there's nothing. There's usually takes like maybe like three listens through. And then it's just really important to do that. And also during creation, when I leave a session, I write down in my notes what I'm going to work on next when I come into it. Or else I end up just opening it and just listening and being like, sick.
You wanted that direction.
Yeah, if I don't, I'll just end up like tweaking a couple things and then doing basically nothing and then coming out of it. And I learned that from Rubin.
Rick Rubin?
Yeah.
I was going to say, it was so intricate with it. Like, that's what I would define as like a true musician, honestly. Because you're so passionate about it as well.
I just want it to do well.
Yeah.
I just want it to do well.
No, you're smashing it as well. We kind of spoke about this on the way here as well, but as someone who's just not musically creative or talented at all in any sense, like it took me, I'm not even joking, you know, I played the guitar when I was in year 3, so since the age of 6.
Oh.
Well, I tried to play it.
Okay.
I got to year 10, to the age of 15, got grade 1 on the pass mark, and the lady was being nice. So useless with music. You can laugh. It's fine.
I think it's funnier when I hold it in.
So because of that, I've always been so interested in people who do poetry or like lyrics or any sort of musical situation. I just find it so interesting. So obviously with Michael Jackson, big up, the king, do you know what I mean?
Yes.
He obviously, when it came to his music's writing or his craft or whatever it was.
Sorry.
No, I love it. No, I love it.
I was holding that in for 8 years.
Sometimes he said maybe a beat would come to him, like when he was on a plane or something, and he'd run to the studio before Prince could get it.
Yeah, he used to be like, I can't go to sleep because Prince is going to steal all the ideas and I can't go to sleep. And this is the same thing that Rick Rubin is talking about as well.
Right.
It's the theory of like the source, not sources in like
the source,
but like the source, the where it comes from. Like that's why, as in like looking at the great things, understanding what's great, what's amazing, the wonders of the world. By doing that, you're tuning the antennas to pick up the source, and that's what like Michael Jackson, Pharrell, Rick Rubin, Tyler the Creator, Kanye, we all talk about that kind of stuff because once you get the signal, you can use it or not. If you don't, it will go, okay, let me check in with Prince. Let me check in with this guy. Because usually you have all these ideas and if you don't act on it, you'll notice that someone else does it. And it's like,
you're like, I had that first.
Yeah, literally. Even when I was at the Youth Music Awards the other day, I was like halfway through and I was like, I want to go home. Not that I didn't like it there. I was like,
because you had
I want
an
to make some
idea?
music. I want to make some music right now.
way.
I've got like voice notes of me on the way to the Youth Music Awards with an idea. And I'm like, I need to go make this idea right now. I can't. I'm just here watching the awards and I'm like,
Oh my God, I love that.
Tweaking, bro. Like
running to the bathroom, quickly recording it, coming back.
literally.
That's amazing. That's crazy though, because back in the day, obviously Michael didn't have like phones and stuff, so he had to literally remember it. So I think he said that he kept replaying it in his head till he got to the studio.
He'd have his little recorder.
Oh, little recorder.
He'd be like, and then the strings would go like I do the same thing. If you go from my voice notes, I'll name it like the song and then like the thing, like the strings, the harmony, the drums, and then it's usually because we're just trying to. Everyone needs to work on translating. That's it. You will get sent ideas. Everyone gets sent ideas, but all we have to do is be ready for it, be in the right headspace for it, and also have the ability to translate the ideas. Like, if I can't produce music, I may just get ideas for music and then be like, I can hear it in my head. I can't translate it into the computer. And then that's like where just learning comes into it as well. And I'm always trying to learn. I'm learning guitar now.
Yeah.
I'm watching videos with a company called Mix with the Masters, which is like, they show people that have produced for Olivia Rodrigo, Sabrina Carpenter, Billie Eilish. These are just pop ones, but like even like Lola Young, it's kind of pop. So many different people. She's got
a really cool genre. I didn't know how to describe her. It's pop, right?
It's pop. It's like a indie
kind of pop. Yeah. So wait, I want to know about the actual process. So obviously you said that sometimes you get the ideas just come to your head, like you were tweaking out and youth musicals. Do you also have do you dedicate time as well to make music? Like, for example, again, with Michael, sorry to bring up... No, actually, I'm not sorry to bring you up again.
Sorry to talk about that guy.
No, I will never be sorry. Like, he's my man. Do you know what I mean? No, but he had his tree that he had in the back garden, and he would sometimes go up there and sit there, and sometimes he would just sit and write songs there. So I think he wrote Black or White in there, Heal the World. And so that's like an example of where he's actually dedicated time to write a song.
Yeah.
So I was wondering with you, do you have that dedicated place or do you schedule in time to make music as well as obviously it coming to you naturally?
Oh, I didn't know about the tree thing.
Yeah, mad, right?
That's pretty cool. I don't have a tree.
He just sits up there and he's just like...
He sits in the tree?
Yeah, he used to climb up the tree because you know him as a little kid, right?
Yeah.
A big kid.
I do see myself as that as well. Like I'm always just like, we'll talk about the kid bit, but like more so dedicated time for music. I'm just usually just doing it all the time. Though like it may be like a couple hours a day because then also you got to do human stuff. You got to eat, you got to do your laundry, you got to clean your room. But then like, yeah, I'll dedicate time to it. It's just sometimes it comes really late. Sometimes like it can be a midnight vibe suddenly. Like I'll try and do other things that enrich me just to kind of just like fill up the pot. Like I'll go on like little solo dates with myself sometimes and just play some games or like something to enrich me just to take my mind off like the world in a way. And then once I'm like filled up with like my own joy, then like those ideas start coming. And sometimes that inspiration can come at the right time, as in like during the day when I've scheduled like my 9 to 5 of making music. Sometimes it can be like at night and I'm just like, sorry, babe, I'm going to make music now. I actually can't go to bed. I'm sorry. Or I'll voice note them. But like, I feel like when I voice note it and then save it and then work on it another time, it's different. Like I like kind of like those like moments where you just hear a melody at like 3 a.m. as you're brushing your teeth. And then you have to just make a shit version of it real quick and then listen to it in the morning and be like, and then start chiseling away. Yeah. I have like a song that I've kept since like 2019.
Wow.
And no one's heard it, but like it's literally just called Richard, and I've kept it for so long, and every time I listen to it I'm like, yep, this is going to be an intro to something. Don't know what it's going to be, but at one time I put it out, and that's an example of something that I voice noted at 3 a.m, made on my laptop in my ex's place, and then at the time I didn't go back to my ex's place. At the time,
Steph's watching like,
yeah,
what
like
was this?
You went to your ex's place? No, and then like listened to it on the way home. It was like really bad. The harmonies were bad, but then I started just carving away at it. Jacob Collier talking about like negative harmony, so I started like flipping my chords around and trying to figure out how to make it work. And that song's ended up really cool. And yeah, it's just, there is dedicated time, but sometimes you can't predict the right time. You never know when maybe it's when the world's quiet, maybe it's when the world's loud, you know. Never know.
Amazing. Did you do the beat or the lyrics first?
There's no one way.
There's no one way.
No one way I do it. Sometimes I hear the melodies for a nice hook and I've got that in my head. And then I start hearing guitars. And then I start hearing drums. Tyler the creator, not Tyler Water. He's always like, I do the drums first. And I'm like, all right, cool. But then I take that from him because he's like, I do the drums because it makes you move. And I'm like, okay. So when I do the drums, I do them I do them maybe first, maybe later on. But then I will solo them and make sure that I'm moving with the drums as well. So taking bits from all these artists, I'm not going to do it exactly the same way as you, but I will take what you're saying and do it in my own way.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's no real order. I would never write something without a melody in mind or without anything in mind. I don't just write. Sometimes I write like cool phrases or cool little funny things to say.
Wordplay and things, yeah.
Like I have
You're so good at that, by the way.
Thank
Wordplay,
you.
so good.
Chuck a few of them in there every now and then. I wouldn't say I'm like craziest lyricist, but like I just feel like
I think you are. I think you're really good.
Oh, thank you.
For real.
Yeah, like because rhyme schemes are just kind of effortless now. Like I love to.
Well, to you guys, not to me.
Yeah,
I've got no clue. You know what I mean?
I love to just rhyme and then just not rhyme, and then sometimes I'm writing with people and they're like, "Oh yeah," and then the last line just doesn't rhyme, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, no, it doesn't." No, I'm not gonna. Why not? Like, just cut the cycle. That makes the listener go like, "Okay."
A sudden.
Yeah, just like don't rhyme at the end for some reason. Just do that. Don't rhyme. Don't bother. It's just interesting to be unexpected as well.
And then when you're kind of going through something in your life, like for example with Monde and everything like that. I'm sorry, with Paid when you were and then obviously other songs where you've said, you know, you've had friends who are not actually turned out not to be your friends. When you've gone through moments like that, do you also sit down and try and feel through those emotions again before writing the song? I'm just trying to like figure out, because obviously you do dedicate times and it's also like in your day to day. But I guess when you, let's say you've dedicated time, but do you ever go back in the past and say, okay, how was I feeling in that moment so that I can write a song about it? If that makes sense.
Yeah. I was just thinking about this as you were talking as well. I wrote Paid on the bus. Yeah, I wrote it on the bus home.
Which bus was it?
468. Best bus. That is my bus. Always. I want to drop a song called 468 about like someone being really reliable and like there for you and shit, because like that's my bus.
Big up the bus. Big up the 428.
468.
468. Sorry.
Forget 428. I don't know who that is. TF, I'll cut that 428 out. I don't know what that was.
468.
We were talking about. What was the question again? Sorry, I just remembered that as you.
Going back to the past to then write lyrics.
Like more so with probably the music that I'm writing for my project that will be next. I am writing based on basically that. Yeah. Like I go back to it and I'm trying to make sure I'm really feeling exactly what I'm writing. Like I always feel what I'm writing, and sometimes it comes very fluidly and it just happens naturally. But I think now I'm kind of actively wondering like, okay, is this line true to myself at the time, and do I feel it? Does it feel powerful? And that's kind of what I'm doing right now with a song that I'm working on. Yeah.
Authenticity.
Yeah, just like trying to like delve into these experiences that most people would believe are original experiences, and then you share it out, as in when I put out the song, and then there's so many other people that have experienced it. And I'm just kind of want to just open up people's minds, especially like when you're a teenager and everything feels like, oh, why me? Like, yeah. But it's like, oh, why everyone has gone through this? Like, and just to make sure everyone feels heard and seen by sharing it a bit more specifically, so that someone else can feel it, or maybe just change it and feel something else. That's fine.
That's so nice. Yeah. Have you ever had people come up to you and say, oh my God, you know, I really related to magic or whatever it is?
Yeah. People are going through tough times all the time and let me know that like your music got me through this. So I'm never expecting it.
Yeah.
Like like the other day I met a guy called Finbar.
Finbar.
That's his like username on Instagram, and he was because sometimes on my stories I put like, how are you, and it's got like a yes or a no.
Yeah.
And if anyone presses no, I do DM them like to just like see what's going on. I send a voice note. It's like, oh, I noticed that you put no on the story, and we'll talk a bit. Yeah, I usually talk to like everyone on there, and probably people don't even know that I do that because
No, I had no idea.
yeah, they might not press anything or might press yes. And if you press yes, it's like, oh, you're fine. But if it's a no, it's like you told me no. So then you feel like you're possibly willing to confide a bit. So now I'll say hi. And then we spoke. I saw him at the Youth Music Awards. He told me how much he appreciated that as well. I remember there was this girl that I was just getting on the train and she'd come up to me and walk on, hi. And I'm going through every house party I've ever been at, every event I've ever been at. And I'm like, shit, who is this? And I'm like, and she's like, we haven't met. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness. Every time I see people, they're like, you don't know who I am. I hate it so much. Because I see your face and I'm like, yeah, I know your face. But like, obviously I feel like, and this is no shade to anyone. Obviously, there's no shade here. But because I post my face on my story, my posts and stuff, I will often meet people. We follow each other. But obviously, they're living like more chilled. Like, I'll post my nice little meal that I had and stuff. But I'm like, oh, I'm in your face like a lot, as much as I can. So they'll see me a lot, see me again and be like, Richard. And I'm like, but then I kind of recognize your face, but then we have to do names, and then it's like it's all impressions, you know. Maybe I made an impression kind of when we met, and then but through all the content and stuff, it makes an impression as well. And yeah, the girl that I met when I was getting on the train, she's like, "Oh yeah, you don't know me. I just really like your music." And I was like,
"Oh, that's so nice."
Like, "Oh," and she looked so nervous, and I was like, "Oh, okay." And then she went down like 2 carriages down and then like went in the door, and I was like, okay, you don't want to like sit and yap, no?
Oh, bless her. Maybe she got nervous or something.
Yeah.
Oh.
The first time that ever happened was when I released my song Time. Yeah. Someone like stopped me in this, was it Time? This was like 2020 though. I don't know. Yeah, let's say Time. I think it was Time. Because I said that
before Le Monde days.
Yeah. Someone had like come up to me, like I was having a walk with my friend May, and someone stopped me and then was like, I really like your music. Keep doing what you're doing. And I was like, this was at night. It was like, yeah, it was like dark outside, and they just passed me in my area. Because I used to run the ads for my area to kind of like build kind of like rapport, because everyone's on their phone. So I was like, okay, you're going to see me and you live here too.
Wow.
And that worked. Yeah, so that was the first time that ever happened. I put it on my story. I was like so gassed. And, yeah, it's just.
Was that like you've made it moment?
Yeah, I was like, damn, someone likes it.
So nice.
Someone's listening to music that I made. Yeah.
Love that. And going back to Michael again.
Yeah.
You use the same microphone and speaker that he would have used for Thriller.
Yeah.
Obviously not the exact same one.
No.
That would be mad. I'd be like, bring that here right now.
Dusty air, might. Yeah, I listened to. Well, no, I was just inspired by Michael Jackson, and I wanted to get the best like mixes I could. I wanted to get the best sound I could, and then I found out he uses the Shure SM7B, so I bought that. And then Quincy Jones, Shure mics. Quincy Jones
rest
used
in peace.
The Auratone speakers. They're like little cubes.
Mm-hmm.
And they're meant to basically just kind of sound like shitty car speakers. And those are basically like, when I'm mixing, I'll mix on my nice-ish speakers, and then I'll change to that to really understand what it's going to sound like in the general public, you know, like in your car, on a Bluetooth speaker at the beach. You know, it's like, it's not meant for like luxurious listening, but I'll listen through that little cube, and then I'll put my AirPods in and try and see what it sounds like as well.
Wow.
Because it's more important than like having a sick studio with like these amazing monitors, because, okay, cool, it sounds cool in here, but it's not exactly going to sound like this in someone's car when they got one speaker on the left that's just filling the whole car. So that's what I do with that. Yeah, that's why I did it.
That shows like good consideration as well.
Yeah,
for the listener.
I want it to sound good on the worst thing possible, and then I'm like, I'm happy, like, because
So cool.
it will sound good on the good ones. 'Cause
Yeah, of course.
They just make it sound better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. You very briefly mentioned it a bit earlier, and we were talking about this on the way as well. You've got this kind of motto where you're like, create like a kid, and then the adults can deal with it later.
Yeah. Like it's like,
Edit it later, sorry.
yeah. It's like, let the kid play.
Yeah.
Sorry, I started that like
Let the kid play.
let the kid play. Like it's just, oh, I just got a flashback. Sorry, I remember like this is what it's about. It's like when I was doing the video with Wesley, someone commented, "Wow, this guy's saying like so much. I'm not gonna take him seriously at all." It's so funny.
No.
I commented back to him. I was like, bro, listen, like. But yeah, what were we saying?
Creating like a kid, editing like an
Yeah.
adult.
Let
What's
the
that
kid
process like? Sorry, let the kid play.
Let the kid
And the
play.
adult can edit it later. What's
Yeah.
that process like in the studio then?
It's like if I have an
It's
idea.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, we're doing this. I'm figuring out how to not say that evil word that like the guy told me not to. You go in and just make whatever you feel in whatever way you can. Obviously, you need to put some sort of structure into place, like as in like you don't want it to be too messy, so you don't have to like fix it up too much after. But really, go in, have the place set up nicely, as in your mic's ready, everything's ready, it's simple, like the room's clean, the space is good. It's like a parent, you know, like you have your toy box, bring them out, start creating and stuff. And then after I've gone crazy, I've recorded all these vocals, all this like silly stuff, I've made all these ideas, put all these sounds in, I'll come in afterwards as an adult and look at it more so like, okay, what have you come up with today? Like, let me have a look. Okay, cool, nice. We're gonna move this over here a little bit, like make sure this is in place. We're gonna clean up a little bit, make sure everything's back in order and organize it a bit. And right, again, this is what I said, like when I'm gonna leave the session, then I'll be like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do next session. So now I'll come back next time, like as the kid again, read what I'm meant to do, and then be like, okay, shit, I'll do that. Like start doing it, go crazy, go too much, like overshoot, and then come back again and like organize it, put everything back in place. It's like you want to go in with like open mind, make something rubbish, because sometimes when I haven't produced for a while, I'm always like, can I even make a good beat? And the first thing I make would be trash. So I think it's pretty rubbish, and then I make something good. Like it's just like turning on the tap, letting it run, letting all the like mud and dirt come out the tap, and then suddenly it's like clear. That's what like Ed Sheeran talks about like as well. So I'll just do it and just go for it and not think about what this is going to be, the consequences, as we were saying as well earlier. It's more so about the joy in play. And then afterwards you can structure it. That's like what managers do for like music as well. You got the crazy creative and then someone who's managing as well. Sorry, George, that you have to deal with me. But yeah, that's it really.
That's really nice because you're connecting with your inner child as well as your adult self, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Because that's where creativity comes from, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We're all creative as children.
We're all creatives. Everyone is a creative. There's just like so many different ways to be creative. People will be making timetables and they're good at that. Like, I'm not that good at that. That's a creative process. That is a creative process. Like being anything, even cooking. I don't know why I said even cooking. Yes, cooking is obviously creative. But like, I don't know, even something else.
Do you know what I find really creative as well is when people put, like, for example, with you, really unique fashion senses and they're really good at putting things together. I find that really interesting.
Yeah,
different hats, different chains, different belts. I love it.
Yeah, I've been getting into fashion a lot since like I say like 2021.
We spoke about it on the way here as well.
Yeah.
I was like, how do you describe your style in 3 words?
Yeah, it was heavy, nostalgic, and now. As in to take things from the past and inspiration from all over the place and make it now. Take something from the 80s, something from the 90s, something from the 2000s, start sampling as in the same way to make music and just make it now. And it's heavy because I like stuff that looks kind of like heavier or like fabricy or baggy and stuff like
different
that.
Textures.
Yeah,
like you had a leather
textures.
jacket on when we came here as
leather
well.
jacket sitting on the chair over there chilling. Yeah.
I feel like your style as well really suits your music, if that makes sense as well. Was that intentional? Or was it just like, it's kind of two things I really like and they happen to work?
It was like, I wanted to also always make sure that I'm expressing myself visually the same way I feel in all my music, and by showing my personality by like just looking the way I might sound when you talk to me, or looking the way my music sounds. I guess it's intentional, but it's more, yeah, it's intentional. Like, I'm trying to do that. That's what intentional means. Yeah.
I was gonna say, okay, so moving on to like performing, a lot of people, like Beyonce has Sasha Fierce, Tate McRae has Tatiana. These are their alter egos that they create before they go on stage or that kind of thing. Do you have that? Like, what are you feeling or channeling when you're on stage?
I guess it depends on the song. Like, in the end, it is all just me. Like, I think like with anything I create, it's always extremely authentic. Like, even songs like Swagger, which are very just like boisterous, very just in your face, very fun, very silly. That's an aspect of myself that I do enjoy as well. Just like creating all these voices. In Swagger, there's multiple voices. There's 3 different characters, well, 4 different characters in the same song. I'm doing them all, but as in the end, it's all just authentically me. It's in the same way as like, well, I guess with like Marshall Mathers and Eminem, they are kind of different. But if you believed that Eminem was the same person in real life, that's how it would be. But never mind, that's not exactly the case. He's actually just a really chill guy.
Yeah.
But no, I don't have a different persona. I just have different personas
In general.
of the same person.
Yeah, because you said as well, even between, we were talking as well about how, because I'm yet to come up to one of your performances, I will be there. Between songs, you also have that talky bit, which I also think is a skill in itself as well. Because obviously, anyone who's a musician, they can perform what they've crafted, but you also need to be able to engage with the audience. And I think in those little bits, I feel like that's where you're really yourself as well.
Yeah, like I'll do a song like Heaven, and it's so intense, and I'm in the middle, we're all jumping around, and afterwards I'll be like, yeah, it was cool, it was all right. What do you think? It was good? No? Yeah, cool. Thanks for listening. Yeah, I'll tell a joke, do something silly. I love, like, recently I've been playing with my audience in the way that, like, I imagine that they're like a nursery group. So funny. I'm like, who wants to be a musician? And it's so funny because they're all like, me, yay. It's
So
great.
they get the assignment.
They
They
just,
understand the
if you
assignment.
do that, like, it just taps into like the primal urge to be like, yes, who wants to do this? It's like from every TV show where you're a kid. And I'm slowly like thinking about how to incorporate that into some sort of content piece. But I do that at my shows now. I'll be like, before I teach them the chorus to something or a hook, I'll be like, who wants to actually do something now? Or like, and they're like, oh my God, me. And it's just great. It's like, you know, the classic, like, I can hear you. But like, it's in such a like, it's in like an ironic way. Like,
Yeah.
It's not like I'm actually trying to do that.
A silly
It's like,
way.
we all know I'm being silly, but everyone's playing in on it because it's just so,
Love it.
It's fun. And yeah, that's like, the audience participation is important because I'm not going to go on stage and try and just be cool and just play music and then be like, peace out. I'm here to perform for you. I'm here to give you an experience, to give you a world to live in for a bit. Like, you get to just float away and then suddenly you're involved and then suddenly you're chilling and then you're involved again, and just talking in between. Sometimes I give a little rundown of the songs, especially if it's an audience that I'm not familiar with. I'll quickly just try and run them through the song just ever so slightly before I start it, so maybe they can like find that thing in it.
When you say run them through the song, do you mean explain what the song is about or what you're right?
Yeah, just like a quick little like, yeah, this next song's about kind of like this, and I'll have a little anecdote to go with it.
Love that.
To kind of just give them something to go on, and they're all listening at that point, and that's good. As soon as I hear someone start talking, cool, I'm wrapping it up and I'm starting.
For real.
Yeah.
Love that. When, especially with you as well, when it comes to performances, you've chosen to perform with a live band.
Yeah.
rather than a backing track, which I think in your genre is a bit rare, right?
Yeah, a lot of like hip hop and stuff, we usually just
Yeah.
do like backing track. But then like, because I met some amazing people, like my friend Daniel, who's like,
Pick up Daniel.
we've been friends since secondary school.
Mm.
He's a drummer. And so through him, because he's been gigging all over the place, he can go to any jam and just jump on the drums. He knows a lot of different musicians and stuff like that. And through him, I've met a lot of musicians that were going to be in the band. We've trialed through some people, had some people that we maybe didn't want to work with, but have come out. Sorry, not people we didn't want to work with. Because that sounds rude, because there's someone we actually didn't want to work with, and there's someone that like we just had to let go.
Right.
But that's not because we didn't want to work with them.
Yeah.
Now it sounds like I'm talking about him like that. Oh, never mind. We've managed to come out with this group of people where they are instruments, and as a producer, I know what I want out of each instrument, and these people embody the instruments in the ways that I want. So like I can go in, bring my song and reproduce it in a practice room with them. So I go like, okay, and for this part I just need kind of like you to just kind of be more in the front and more like present, and then you can like accompany me like with call and response in a way, but like, and then we need a solo at this part, and I know what they're gonna bring, so I'm very confident in giving those kind of instructions and then seeing how it turns out, having a listen, coming back and doing it again, and from there we're able to create versions of the track that are larger with the band. They're more, because you're getting the sounds live. People are creating them in front of you. And when the guitar is played, when you see someone playing a solo, like if I'm doing a backing track and for some reason I put a guitar solo in and I'm just stood there by myself, kind of just vibing and the guitar's there, it's different to when I point a guy playing guitar and he's like going crazy on it, and you get to appreciate that. Because people love a guitar solo, people love a keyboard solo.
Yeah.
But if I sat there for a minute while I had a pre-recorded solo of everyone, it wouldn't work. It's different, because live music is just a different experience. Like streaming my music is really cool. Looking at the content is really fun. Coming to the shows, sometimes I'll do instrumental gigs.
Okay, nice.
Rarely.
Well, so it's just okay.
When I'll do the bands when I want to show something bigger. I want to announce something as well, but it's not extremely cost effective, because like obviously I have to pay everyone, and I definitely don't make that much money from gigs. So I'll mostly come out minus when I do gig shows with like bands, which is fine because I enjoy it. But then like if I need to like bring the people together and give them music whilst also trying to like come out equal with the funds, I'll chuck in an instrumental show. And that's good for also like people I haven't met, because like it's gonna bring them in anyway, like because I still get to talk in between. I'll talk to a lot of people before shows, especially if I'm performing and they may not know I'm performing, make a lot of friends, so that in the end when I come on stage they're all like, that's the guy I was talking to earlier. I did a show with Farrago.
Yeah.
It's like they do like social nights with live music, and no one knew I was going to perform because they're there for the social aspect. So I'm making friends with everyone, and suddenly I'm on stage and they're like, isn't that the guy from earlier?
You didn't mention it.
I let them know I'm performing later,
Yeah.
but they're like, they know nothing about what it would be like. They'd be like, oh yeah, cool. Oh yeah, oh you make music? Oh cool, yeah. Oh, I make music. You know, that kind of shit, like when you're like, I make music, and you're like, oh, that's great. I bet it's good. And they probably think it's shit. I like that. It's funny.
Love that. Has there been a favourite performance of yours so far?
Well, the paid performance at Youth Music Awards, when I performed the song Paid last year, was actually really sick. Like, because we had the cello, violin, saxophone, drums, bass, guitar, keys, and it was like, I even remember like the higher ups in youth music saying how they felt emotional. Some people were crying. I was like, damn, I did one song. Like that was crazy. Like there's it's definitely their favorite performance ever. Like it was my favorite performance ever. But the last show I did with Farrago, I really loved it because no one there knew me. And it was packed. And I was able to just get them to, because it was a social event. Everyone's yapping. Suddenly, slowly, like the room's like edging towards me, and like everyone's quieting down and listening, and people were dancing, and people were like jumping up and down, like record so many phones out. And I was like, yeah, this is like great. Like it's nice when you have like, you feel like you have something to prove.
Yep.
Like when it's like fans I already know, it's already a great show. It's amazing. It's just extra fun with the nervousness of like trying to prove that you are pretty good or your music is good. I want to make sure that this is your first impression of me and it's good. And yeah, that's always important. So that show and that show were my favorite shows. Yeah.
Amazing. You've done oh no, wait. No, wrong one. Okay, yeah. So you've been at so many award shows and loads of industry events. Obviously, you were at the Youth Music Awards the other day that we mentioned. How does it feel being in these rooms? Like, do you feel like you've made it when they invite you over and stuff?
It always feels really good. I love the people at Youth Music. There's like a holy trinity of favorites. Oh no, maybe like a cube, like a square of people. It's like 4 main people that I really love, like Christina, Iffy, Talia, and also Molly. Those are like my 4 favorite people. I also do love Daniel as well, but
big up to all of them.
We don't talk as much because like he's more so busy. And yeah, like I just feel a community. I feel part of something, and then I feel bigger than the music, and it makes me feel like I'm doing the right thing. Like, yeah, it makes me feel like I'm doing the right thing when I'm there in the room where you're getting invited to stuff, and then it's like, they want me here because they've heard the music and they like it, and we've spoken, and then most likely after this we're friends. Like, that's the biggest thing. Like, that's what I'm about right now, is just getting outside, saying hi, and sharing my music with people who probably don't know me next to someone who does, so they get to go like, no, this is Richard, this guy, he's so much easier when there's someone with me, because when I go in the event, especially when it's like music networking events and you can't play your music, that doesn't make any sense. You get a bunch of music people in the room and you can't show them your music. You just talk.
It's like normal networking, but you're there for music, but you can't play the music.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. That's why I like being with someone that can just be like, oh, this guy. Much sick. Easier, because when I go like, yeah, music's good, and they're like, okay.
I do music too.
Yeah, I do music too. Mine's great too. But like, it's good to have those people around you. So like, yeah, going to events where you're invited because they like your music is nice.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah. A couple weeks ago, Jordan Stevens posted you on his story from Rizzle Kicks, big up.
Yeah.
And I actually wanted to read out what he wrote. He shared your EP, The Concept of Cool, and this is what he wrote on his story. So he said, absolute gem. I'm going to write something longer about Richard soon, but just understand this young man is incredibly talented and should be treated as such. That's exactly how I feel about you. How did that feel when he reposted you? Because obviously he's probably one of your idols as well, right?
Yeah, I listened to him from when I was very young. It was like Rizzle Kicks.
Big
like,
up.
You know, obviously everyone's like, oh, get down with the trumpets. And yes, that is my entryway. But like, I met him very briefly at the Youth Music Awards where I did Paid, the performance.
Yeah.
And then he just like said, that we didn't really speak. He just said, big up Richard Carter.
Oh.
And I was like, that's really nice. That made me happy.
Yeah.
Then I met him at Great Escape again. We chatted a little bit. I sent him some music, and then I sent him the EP. Actually, the day he posted that is when I sent him the EP.
The same day?
Yeah, I sent him to listen to, and then he voice noted me back. We were just yapping. I was talking about like, because his profile picture on WhatsApp is a dog, and I was like, bro, what happened? Why do you look like that?
You've got his number in that,
yeah, you know, we're trying like that. But like, I think with Jordan, my next step in our like, you know, hopefully friendship is I just want to know how he makes music.
Yeah.
What's your process? Because I would like to produce with him, but sometimes I just need to know like how people like to do things, you know, so that I can enter that world with the way I like to and then find a midpoint. So yeah.
It's so nice how you always are so willing to learn craft and different people's crafts and everything. It's so nice. You don't just go into it because oh my god, it's Jordan from Rizzle. Let's
And
just
get hyped and be like, yeah, let's go.
No, you've
Like,
got that intention and authenticity there, which is really nice to see.
Yeah, because I do appreciate it when, like, especially like, you know, with you as well, as in the way that you like know about stuff that I'm doing. It's important to, when you want to work with someone, also kind of just know a bit about them, figure them out a bit, ask a couple questions, and it is always appreciated. So I'll do the same.
Amazing. So to finish off the interview and everything, looking back at, you know, little Richard who went to do biomedical engineering at uni and Apple and this whole journey and this process, even from your childhood and teenage years where you were playing the piano, what do you think he'd say to you now? And what would you say back to him?
What they would say to me, damn, that's pretty cool. Be like, you should put out that one I was working on. Why is it not out yet? What are you doing? Yeah, that one thing was cool. The project's very cool, but like, I still have something to say. That's what probably younger Richard would say to me.
Yeah.
And then I'd say back like, yeah, it's coming, don't worry. And also like, just keep doing it.
Yeah.
Don't let anyone block your shine. Don't like, what's the word when you don't compromise yourself at all. Just keep creating what makes you feel good. He's probably like dancing to a beat that he made in his room. And I'm like, yes, that's exactly the right thing. That means you should put it out, because if you're moving, you're going to find your people that will want to move to it too. And as long as he knows that, then that's good. And also, I guess, sorry, I cut off like the cute moment, but also sometimes it's not the cake that's the issue. It's the way of preparing it, or it's the ingredients. I used to stress a lot about the cake. And then I spoke to one of my friends, Alice, a while ago when I went to Italy, and she said, oh, by the cake I mean the end product.
Okay,
cool.
That. Don't worry, we got that.
Stress about cake a lot. Yeah. And then I was like, I can't get the mix right. And I'm like, she's like, what if it's the production? What if it's the recording? Go all the way back. What if it's the equipment? That was where I got stuck when I was younger a little bit with songs. I'd be like, I'd get all the way to the end and then be like, oh, I'm struggling with the mastering. Like, no, maybe you need to go back and address the early things. And I mean, now that I know that now, I make sure that every part of the process is like carefully done. So yeah.
Amazing.
Pay attention to the small details, and yeah.
Like a Virgo would. Do you know what I mean?
Like a Virgo.
Big up. Oh, my dude. I just find it so fascinating how I think what's really nice about you is I think your authenticity shines through everything. Like whether it's perfecting your craft, learning new ways. Till this day, you're constantly learning. Like I see you as a pro, but you still in your head, you're like, no, there's always more that I can learn.
Yeah, because if I don't learn, if you get to the point where you're like, I know everything, you're cooked.
Yeah.
You're cooked.
Someone said this to me recently. The moment that you stop learning, that's how you know you're old or something like that. Like there's no more point in...
I mean, that's true. Like they get into their routines and then time dilation and then it just starts speeding up.
Yeah, for real. No, but you're honestly so ridiculously talented. I've got such an appreciation for music, which isn't just all derogatory and, you know, all these different things or whatever. So your music is genuinely so incredible. It's any mood that you're in. Like you said, people listen to it on the way to work. You can listen to it in the gym. You've got a genre and song for everything. Genu, I'm so proud to know you and
thank you.
To be connected with you and everything. And you're going places. And genuinely, you're incredible.
I hope so.
You are, for sure, 100%. Where can everybody find you and what's next for you? Like, what can we expect?
Okay, yeah, you can find me anywhere. If you type in Richard Carter on anywhere where you listen to music, you'll find me there. Or if you go on socials, TikTok, Instagram, it's just Richard Carter. You need to put the just at the beginning and you'll find me there. Next, well, look out for possibly Overnight. There's a song called Overnight. You probably know it if you do. And then I'm also working on another EP. Maybe 2. Yeah.
Yay, amazing. One thing I was going to say really quickly is one question. Yeah. How do you actually come up with, for example, the EP name and song names?
Yeah.
Does that happen at the start or at the end? I'll put this into the craft part.
It's like sometimes it's the middle, sometimes it's the end. Sometimes I will have a name at the beginning. It's not called that at the end.
Damn.
Like, yeah, that happens a lot. Like even the EP name Concept of Cool is because there's 3 songs for one type of cool and 3 songs for another type of cool. There's also like a block of text that I wrote about the EP, which is basically there's a type of cool where it's like you're wearing sunglasses, you are emotionless, you're leaning on a wall, there's explosions, there's fire reflected in the sunglasses. It's like cool, that type of cool, secret agent stuff. But then there's the type of cool where it's like you're able to be vulnerable and share your emotions with me like a best friend. Like, yeah, they're really fucking cool because they're able to be real and they're there for me. That's that type of cool. So there's 3 songs on the album, EP. Songs would be Swagger, Boo to You, and Magic, which go over the concept of cool where it's like, these are cool. Boo to You is like literally just cool. It's just like, I said I'm too cool for you. It's like explosions, boom, bang. Then Magic is like irresistible cool. So attraction, like secret agent. And then Swagger is stylishly cool. So like visually, just stylishly cool. And then the other 3 songs is like Whatever, which is the version of cool where you can do whatever you want, but you also need to pay attention to the results of what you do and how that makes other people feel. So the chorus, when it's like, you do what you like, and it's all like deep voice and like distorted and stuff, that is detailing like you do what you like, but like it could be, I don't know what the word nefarious means, but let's use like it could be bad, could be naughty, could do a naughty thing. And that's Whatever. And then Hero talks about like kind of the cool as in like being yourself, as opposed to using someone else as a reference and like superheroes, idols, and trying to act like them and do things that they did. It's figuring out that that's not what cool is. It's being yourself. By the end of the song, it breaks that apart and becomes that. And the last song that goes over another concept of cool, I've mixed up the order of these, but Paid talks about being given what you're owed as well for giving out. Just a give and take kind of thing, as in like, don't just people please, like you also do deserve something back, and that's cool too. I think that's cool.
Amazing. Thank you so much for coming on, honestly.
That's all right.
Thank you. And thank you so much to everyone who's tuned in. I really hope you go and stream go and stream Richard's music.
Or else.
Yeah. Frankly. You are not going to be disappointed as well.
I would hope. Yeah, no,
you can't.
I mean, you find something that you like. There's always like something that you like.
100%, but not with every single musician, right?
Like
you've got a bit of everything, which is why you're so like versatile, and I think everybody would like something to do with your music, for sure.
Yeah. There's like any age group. There's
any
always
age
like,
group, yeah.
It's interesting, yeah. You can get hella like young people, you get hella old people, and they're like, I know I'm not your target audience, but I really love Paid. I'm like, yeah, you do like it. Slay. Come through, come to the show.
Amazing.
Like, yeah.